the bloody Champions League, boys.
It's the champions. We're never doing a Champions League video and me not do that.
Champions League knockout rounds are here. It is the round of 16. It's getting juicy. We've circumnavigated the league phase. The initial.
What was your thoughts on the change of vibe?
Do you know what I bloody loved was the final
game where everyone was on the same time.
That goal
that was nuts.
Show was nuts and was interesting. I did like it.
Maybe we are pro change, mate.
Yeah, I don't know whether it helps big teams, like give them a second chance, like the playoff matches. You don't really have to win that many games to qualify.
Big teams have gone out though. No Manchester City.
Thank God for that.
Come on.
But yeah, we're going to take you through the round of 16 fixtures and give you our predictions on who we think is going to make it through to the quarterfinals.
Yes, right. Let's start with probably
the marquee match.
The marquee match. There's two that I've got my eyes on, but this is probably the marquee match. Paris Saint-Germain, who qualified for this knockout stage via the
playoffs. Smashing Brest.
Who doesn't like smashing Brest?
Smashing Brest.
I think they got
not just once.
Like 10.
They smashed them twice.
I think they got like 10 goals in the two legs, which is it's absolutely nuts.
Smashed them in the league like just before that as well. We're going to miss seeing Brest though.
We are. Shout out Brest every time. So yeah, they've come into a naughty little patch of form. Lots of young ballers in that team actually like what they're doing over there, and they're playing. You just mentioned the bookies' favourites for not only the Premier League, but the Champions League, Liverpool.
I mean, if this man wins the Champions League and the Prem in his inaugural season at the helm of Liverpool Football Club, shut it all down.
I want to see every Scouse Don shave his head bald.
Shut it all down.
Mate.
I saw the picture. You know where he came in, he did this like weird pose. Kind of fruity. But someone said he came in, dropped that pose, and rattled everyone in the Premier League.
It's pure aura.
It's just pure aura.
Right, talk to me about Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool.
I think this one's not as cut and dry as it may seem. I think PSG, like you said, in a slight bit better form than probably people were giving them credit for recently. Some interesting and exciting players on the pitch. I mean, the likes of Asensio couldn't even get the squad for them, and he's balling out.
Mate, so many boys. Bradley Barcola, mate, this kid is a joke.
Yeah.
Joke.
I mean,
Ousmane
Dembele's coming into it.
Disgusting form. They got João Neves in midfield, cracking player. Vitinha, cracking player. Yeah, I think this will be a very good match. Two teams that, going forward, probably the two best teams going forward in the tournament.
Yeah, and
then defensively,
Liverpool better defensively.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's what wins it.
Yeah,
for me, I think Liverpool
Big
over
verge.
2 legs. I don't think they'll be afraid of going to Parc des Princes and smashing them,
and then
taking it back to Anfield. We know what Anfield is like. We know what Anfield's like on Champions League nights, especially. Liverpool winning. You know, they don't have many games coming up in March.
No,
so probably here comes at a good time.
They've got the old Carabao Cup final coming up, but
don't worry about it,
mate. I think
So
we both going Liverpool.
I'm going Liverpool. Are we doing score predictions?
Nah, just who's going through, I think.
Liverpool, I think, but not too comfortably.
No, yeah, I think there'll be goals. I think it'll be tight after the first leg, maybe like a 2-1 PSG or a 3-2 PSG or something. And then Liverpool win on the fucking...
Both teams to score over 4.5 and Andy Robertson's get a yellow card.
Yeah, mate. He's a wash guy, I think he needs... But yeah, Liverpool for me going through.
How much can you be though if you go win the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season?
Facts. Right, next. Club Brugge against Aston Villa.
Maybe not as easy as you may think, Mr. Villa.
I think I called Club Brugge last season when they knocked out Man United out of the Champions League. I like them. They're a good little side.
Yeah, they're nice, isn't it?
A good result against Man City during the league.
It's what happens when you get rid of Scott Parker. You play good football.
Come on. And then Aston Villa had a bit of a up and down
they've had a lot of
league
injuries.
phase. They have had a lot of injuries. And they've played a lot of football.
They've got no defenders.
No, yeah, it's true.
Or centre-back specifically. I mean, but they've invested, interestingly in the window. I guess Asensio, is he cup tied? Is he allowed to play in the Champions League?
It's a great question that I do not
I'm
know
not
the
sure,
answer to.
but Marcus Rashford should be because Man United were nowhere fucking near it.
Mm.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it's a bit tighter game than people imagine. I think Club Brugge are a team that a lot of people probably underestimate.
Yeah, and I think Aston Villa with their injuries, with
Unai Emery is good for one thing and one thing only,
Facts.
and that is progressing in European competitions. And I still believe Villa will do that and meet Liverpool in the semi-final.
Villa-Liverpool semi-final is tasty. Well, actually, no, that's is that quarter-final or is that
It's quarter-final.
quarter-final? Yeah. But that would be tasty. We saw them play a couple of weeks ago in the Prem, finished 2-2, so yeah, it's good stuff. All right. Next, the other game that I looked at as potentially the marquee match of the...
We've seen this as the final
the round of
before,
16. Yeah.
semi-final. It's always a good game, but maybe not always for the right reasons. Fiery.
Come on. Madrid, derby, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. We know it, and we love it, mate.
Shout out Luka Modric. What a fucking goal that was, by the way.
He's, banger. Talk to me. What are you thinking?
It's an interesting one. I don't mind what Atleti are doing. I mean...
Two managers that know the Champions League now.
Yeah.
Don Carlo won it most
I mean,
out of any
they
manager ever.
probably start the Champions League season with Madrid's name on the cup and then just... It's easier that way, isn't it?
Yeah, they put me here.
But, yeah, I guess... I don't really know what to expect. I think you said before this fixture's like a proper stinker.
So they've played each other twice so far in La Liga, and both fixtures have ended 1-1. So cagey affairs when these two play.
I mean, we saw Real Madrid put Man City to the sword.
100%.
But it won't be that easy against Atleti.
I was going to say, Man City, defensively, we said this on the pod multiple times, stinky. Whereas Atletico, they're known. Diego Simeone is known for his defensive
there's a little bit of
astuteness.
uproar at Madrid at the minute where I think because Barcelona are now top of the league again. Don Carlo's being sort of questioned.
Yeah, I've seen they're lining up replacements.
Mental.
I've seen Andoni being lined up.
It's just fucking mental, though.
The way they cooked Man City, I don't know how they could ever think that
for me,
it's not looking good.
This is their competition.
Mate,
this is their competition. And all it takes is one of Vinny or Rodrigo or Mbappe or Jude or whoever the fuck wants to.
They got so many just like game changers.
Valverde, most underrated midfielder in the world.
Oh, mate, such a player. But they've got so many players that they see the Champions League and they like, this is my stage. Where there's like some players...
If you pull on that shirt, it's over.
Some players see the Champions League like finals and think, nah, too much. They shy away. Everyone in that Real Madrid team fucking loves it. They live for this shit.
It's their favourite game of the season, isn't it?
I love this game.
So yeah, for me, Real Madrid. But it'd be interesting.
Yeah, if it were 2 1-1s to go by in the league, I think it will be tight. But I think it's like Mbappe decides it, kind of.
Yeah,
he dropped a hat trick against Man City.
It'll be a Jude like 97th minute. Tapping.
Right,
he loves one of
next game. Wallahi, it's us. Arsenal against PSV.
Interesting. I think they just recently appointed Robin van Persie's coach. Was that Feyenoord?
Feyenoord.
It was one of them.
Yeah, PSV actually just signed Lucas Perez, who used to play for Arsenal.
Oh, that's it. Funny. I saw, yeah.
But I think this is a good draw for Arsenal, especially given our current injury situation. I think it'll be somewhat difficult, but we played them last season in the Champions League, cooked them. But we were firing on all cylinders last season, which we are not. Currently.
Yeah, this is another one. It's not as cut and dry. They're a good team. They've got good players. Bakayoko's a really good player. And players who can cause Arsenal trouble.
Yeah.
And the question is, will Arsenal be able to cause them as much trouble going the other way? I mean, they had a good result against Liverpool the last game of the Champions League. League phase.
They'll probably be looking at Arsenal in our current kind of state and thinking,
100%.
This is a good chance to get to the quarters.
This is, you've got Arsenal whose success has been built, it's been built on defensive stability and not conceding many. But I think PSV will be looking to test that. I think this could get a little bit interesting, a little bit squeaky for Arsenal. But I'd be silly, I think, to go against them.
I think we do win this, but I think both of these teams look at the other two teams, Atleti and Real Madrid, and think, inshallah, we're not getting past them.
Yeah.
So I think Arsenal do win it, but then we go out to Real Madrid or go out to Atleti. So
What a side of the draw, though. You've got
mate,
PSG, Liverpool, Villa, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, PSV, and Arsenal.
Oh, you did Club Brugge dirty there. You listed every team apart from Club Brugge. Right, moving to the other side of the draw. We've got a team that I'm looking out for. I think they're gonna walk their way to quite deep in this competition. Barcelona against Benfica.
Yeah, I feel like Barca always match up to a Portuguese team somewhere along the line.
So Barca in their double I think they had 2 Portuguese teams in the league phase. I think Barca look good.
Yeah, they're sort of clicking at the right time, aren't they?
Lebo looks good. Yamal looks good.
Yeah, it's all coming together at the right time.
Rafinha looks great.
Well, yeah, it's class, isn't he? I
Yeah.
mean, for me, I think this is cut and dry. I see Barca getting through this no problem.
Yeah, I agree. I think Barca, but with slight problems. But then they've got to play Dortmund versus Lille. Dortmund, who have had not a great season. So they had Nuri Sahin as manager, sacked him. Haven't been great in the Bundesliga. Haven't even been great in the Champions League, really. But Guirassy is top of the goal scoring charts, which is interesting.
I saw them tweet earlier. It was like pivotal moments in history, and it's like fire invented, discovered. That's the one. Will invented. Guirassy scoring.
Come on.
And he is good.
No, I like Guirassy, yeah.
But have they got the credentials to go deep in this tournament? Absolutely not.
Which is weird, because they have... Well, they're literally in the final last season.
Yeah, it's weird.
And they do get about in the Champions League, but a lot of what I'd say are their, like, big players that would do that, they're not really about it. Dortmund anymore. Who's balling out? Guirassy. They've got that Gittins.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they look
Pascal
soft.
Gross.
And I think Lille. I fancy Lille here.
Jonathan David, mate.
Yeah, I just fancy them. Yeah, I think for me, Lille gave Aston Villa. Was it Aston Villa they gave a bit of trouble to? I can't remember now. Seems like so long ago. But yeah, I think I fancy Lille here. I'm going for a Lille-Barcelona quarter-final.
I'm going for a Barcelona-Dortmund quarter-final. And that one actually...
That's quite tasty.
Yeah, I like that. Right. Another domestic clash that's made its way into the Champions League. Bayern Munich.
Current champions of the Bundesliga, Leverkusen.
I thought you were talking about Bayern Munich. But yeah,
they showed them their respect.
Come on.
They are the current reigning champions against... what looked to be pretty concretely this season's champions.
Yeah, Harry Kane finally getting his... So they've played each other twice in the Bundesliga this season. Both matches ended in a draw, 1-1 and 0-0. So kind of like the Real Madrid Athletic, cagey.
Yeah.
Which I guess comes when you play... maybe it'll translate to the Champions League as well. When you know your opponent,
it's a bit interesting, isn't
you're
it?
a bit more prepped, you can be a bit more cagey. Whereas like when you don't know your opponent, all plans go out the window.
I mean... for me, I struggle to look past Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Michael Olise is disgusting.
Disgusting player.
Absolutely disgusting.
Harold Kane.
Sir Harold Kane. Yeah, although I think he went off injured, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
He's injured like every other week now. But...
they just keep him fresh.
I don't know. It's an interesting because Leverkusen just clutch, aren't they? But they've lost a little bit of that. You're not hearing Granit Xhaka's name spouted about so much anymore. You know. So for me...
because there was that period last season, wasn't it, where they just score like last-minute goals.
97th minute.
Every single game.
98th minute, 101st, yeah. For me, I'm going Bayern Munich.
I think so as well. I think because they know each other and I think they've just got better game breakers in the Bayern Munich team.
That Bayern Munich team last season, came up against Arsenal. Arsenal were blazing hard, looked... probably the much better team going into this. Bayern Munich were struggling in the league. I think they were like 3rd or 4th at this point. And you saw just like the fabric of the club.
You see the levels they've got, like
that, you know what I mean?
They've got players in that team: Sane, Gnabry, Müller, Kane to an extent.
People just been about it, you know.
Can change a game by themselves, whereas Arsenal don't have a lot of those.
Like
don't think Leverkusen have many of those either. Right, so we both saying Bayern Munich to qualify in that duo. And then last but not least, Feyenoord versus Inter Milan.
Interesting one.
Talk to me about that.
I
I was just Googling where... Because I know...
think Feyenoord is struggling.
So Inter Milan are top of the Serie A, but only by a point ahead of Napoli and the Eredivisie.
Yeah, I think Feyenoord is struggling. They just appointed...
Roman van Persie, and they're third, but nowhere near second. But yeah,
I don't know. They lost like a lot of their good players. They lost Santiago Jimenez, didn't they?
Inter Milan are clear here.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Lautaro Martinez looks so good.
Very good.
Yeah. So for me, I think this is clear cut, dry. Inter Milan, and you got some tasty quarterfinals lined up.
Inter Milan are doing a Burnley job in the Champions League. Do you know Burnley haven't conceded in like a million games?
Yeah.
I think in the league phase, Inter Milan just didn't concede any goals.
But they're scoring, so it's not like just Burnley, because they're scoring. But yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much agreed on all of these apart from Dortmund, Lille. So it lines us up for a Liverpool-Villa quarterfinal.
Very nice.
A Madrid-Arsenal quarterfinal.
That's going to be so ugly.
Nice.
That is going to be ugly.
We disagreed on this one, but we both agreed Barca versus either Lille or Dortmund.
Yep.
I think both good games. And then Bayern Munich versus Inter Milan. Quarterfinal.
They are tasty, all of those. I was going to say.
There's not one of those that you wouldn't care about watching.
And you'll be here, we'll be predicting, reviewing, and probably crying at all the results.
Is it too early for you to call a winner? Lifting it at the end?
You'd be dumb not to go Real Madrid.
I think so as well. But if we can't say Real...
Then I'm going to say 2, because funny. Inter Milan or Barca?
Oh, you're going the other side of the draw.
Yeah.
I think I'll go Liverpool, or my outsider, I'll go...
Arsenal, man!
No, I'm going to go Leverkusen, outsider.
Hey, jeez! Yeah. Even though you predicted them to go out against Feyenoord.
Yeah, but that's how outside the box I am.
Come on. Right, let us know in the comments down below who you think are making it to the quarterfinals. And drop in your underdogs. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. It's been Ball Draw, and the Champions League is here.